Have you ever felt the sting of realizing that someone doesn't seem to value you the way they once did? It's a harsh reality that can leave us feeling hurt, unworthy, or even desperate to fix things. But what if I told you that there's a powerful Stoic-inspired approach that can transform this situation, shift the dynamic entirely, and leave that person wondering what happened? Welcome to Stoic Elixir, where we dive into the art of self-mastery, relationships, and the psychology behind our interactions with others. Today, we'll uncover how to respond when someone stops valuing you. And trust me, this is not about quick tricks or mind games. Instead, it's about a profound change that begins with reclaiming your own inner power and setting the tone for how others will treat you going forward. If you're ready for a real transformation, let's dive in. When someone no longer values you, the instinctive response is to give more of yourself. Perhaps you'll try harder, making yourself more available, or going out of your way to prove that you're worth their time and attention. But here's the surprising truth. Often, the most powerful action you can take is to step back. Yes, that's right. By pulling away instead of giving more, you're not only preserving your dignity, but you're also creating space, a crucial element in changing the way you're perceived. Why does this work? Simply put, people tend to take what's always available to them for granted. If they know they can count on your presence, your support, and your time, they may start to assume that you'll always be there, no matter how they treat you. But when you step back, you send a clear message. You won't stay where you're not valued. It's a subtle yet powerful signal that often leaves people wondering what they've lost. The great Stoic philosophers, like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, emphasized that true strength lies in self-control and independence from external validation. In other words, your worth is not dependent on how others see you, but on how you see yourself. By stepping back, you're practicing this principle, showing that your happiness and peace don't depend on anyone else's approval. This isn't about being aloof or playing hard to get. It's about preserving your energy. If someone no longer appreciates you, redirect your energy towards what you can control: your own growth, interests, and happiness. Invest time in the things that bring you fulfillment, explore new hobbies, strengthen your mind and body, and develop skills that enhance your sense of purpose and confidence. When you cultivate inner growth, you naturally project confidence and independence, qualities that are inherently attractive. One essential step in handling situations where you feel undervalued is to establish clear boundaries. Remember, boundaries are not barriers meant to isolate you. They're standards you set to ensure that your relationships are rooted in mutual respect. If someone has stopped valuing you, it's often because they have begun crossing emotional lines you may not even realize you have. Now is the time to make those lines clear. Stoicism teaches us the importance of understanding what we will and won't accept based on our values. Setting boundaries in a situation like this is not about punishing the other person or being confrontational. Instead, it's a reminder to yourself that your worth doesn't hinge on whether someone else recognizes it. Boundaries show others that you value yourself enough to require respectful, reciprocal treatment. The beauty of boundaries is that they offer a choice. The person who undervalued you will either rise to meet your standards, recognizing what they risk losing, or they'll fall away, leaving space for those who genuinely appreciate you. Either way, you've taken control of the dynamic. One of the hardest lessons in Stoicism, and one of the most transformative, is the practice of detachment from outcomes. When you step back and create space, you're essentially giving up the desire to control how others will respond. You're saying, my well-being does not depend on whether or not this person values me. This mental shift is liberating because it allows you to focus on things within your control: your actions, mindset, and choices. Detachment doesn't mean you're indifferent to relationships or that you don't care about others. It means you're no longer anchored to their opinions or behaviors for your sense of self-worth. You've moved beyond the need for their validation because your self-respect is no longer conditional on someone else's recognition of your value. When you reclaim your energy, set firm boundaries, and detach from the outcome, something fascinating often happens. The person who once undervalued you might start to take notice. They may wonder why you're not as available, why you're no longer vying for their attention, and they'll likely begin to question what changed. People are naturally drawn to strength and self-respect, especially when it's rooted in self-love and independence. They might come back, realizing what they've lost, or they might not. But here's the important part. Whether they do or don't, you've already won. By focusing on your own growth, your well-being, and a renewed respect for yourself, you've positioned yourself for healthier, more fulfilling relationships with people who genuinely see your value. When someone stops valuing you, it's tempting to think of it as a reflection of your worth. But remember this, your value is intrinsic. It exists independently of whether someone else recognizes it. By stepping back, setting boundaries, and letting go of the need for external validation, you align yourself with the core Stoic principle of self-mastery. This journey is about so much more than just getting someone's attention. It's about reclaiming your power, setting a new standard for how you deserve to be treated, and cultivating a mindset that doesn't bend or break based on others' perceptions. If you're in a situation where you feel undervalued, try this shift. Step back, reclaim your energy, and let your actions reflect the unwavering respect you have for yourself. Thank you for joining Stoic Elixir. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into Stoicism and human behavior. Remember, true power comes from within, and the most meaningful relationships are built on a foundation of mutual respect and genuine appreciation. See you in the next video, and keep embracing the journey to self-mastery.